Hi guys, what is up? Great Gamers here, and welcome to... I myself am Fish, and I'm joined by...
Ice Warrior.
Simon.
And
Tom!
Tom has had some whiskey
Yeah.
and some... I'm dropping my controller. Ah! Sorry.
I've had rum actually.
Oh
No difference.
So, basically, this is the show where we all pick a certain topic of gaming news from the last week, since Thursday, and we talk about it. We don't usually use many facts, it's mainly all opinion.
People who don't know.
Gamer talk. It comes
no!
up...
Welcome, guys.
I've got like a fancy, well not fancy, but I've got like a title card that comes up when I say what I said at the beginning.
Gamer talk.
It just comes up.
In cinemas Friday. Watch it.
But anyway, so we're not just talking about games this week, we're talking about Comic-Con! San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
Just the trailers, basically, because fuck editing that shit.
I think there's a Comic Con in
Shall we just
Boston
talk
as well.
about all of them? The San Diego is the
Yeah.
big one though, Tom.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
like my friend's gone to Boston Comic Con.
Yeah, but San Diego's the holy grail of Comic Cons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for those who don't have access to Z Comic Con, other
Yeah.
Comic Cons are holy grails.
I'll tell you what the best Comic Con is, and nothing will beat it. Whitby Comic Con.
Which is no longer
Wait, give
happening.
me most of the stars.
Has it been cancelled, Whitby Comic Con?
What
They're
is
will.
not
it?
doing it. They're not doing it anymore. Basically.
Bunch of wankers.
We're off topic anyway.
I'm
So-
going to go to bloody Scarborough now.
Dave.
This guy was mint.
Shh. Dave,
Yo, yo, yo.
do you want to set us off with the Comic Con stuff, since you're the comic-y person?
Yeah, well, obviously, we're talking about all the trailers because at Comic Con 2018 San Diego, and obviously San Diego is the biggest. It started way back in, like, I'm sure it was the 70s. You think of every big movie in the last 20 years, they all get dropped at Comic Con. Anything to do with comics or games, they always drop them there. Avengers, Cats
Yeah.
was first brought out on stage, first time ever all together there. Like
It's
I
a big
say,
social hub, isn't it?
it's massive. Like a lot of film companies will hold off on any trailers just to drop them at Comic Con because they know it gets so much
Yeah.
publicity. It just gets drenched for that entire week. So
And
it
you've
is
got to
like,
be really, you've got to be dead on
It is
for
a
the
big one.
tickets as well.
Uh,
You got to be fast buying the tickets.
You've got time buying tickets.
Oh,
It's
no, you
accommo- the main issue with Comic Con is accommodation. If you're staying there
Yeah.
for the full duration, it's accommodation. You want something
it'll
that's
cost you a
close.
fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
It's
been.
Especially
ideal
if
to
you're
London
coming
Comic Con and
from
that.
the
But what
UK,
trail-
but if you're in US, then you're alright.
Well,
To be fair,
It
I would say
depends.
if you're going from the UK and you're a comic book fan, there's other Comic Cons I would do, not the San Diego one.
Yeah,
you're going
depends what you're
because you
into.
want
Like,
Yeah, if you're going because you want to meet the A-list, every A-list star that's in like any comic book film, then you go to the San Diego Comic Con because they do all the panels and the talks with the stars, the directors, and all that. But if it's more merch and comics you're into, there's loads of comic book cons all throughout Europe, the UK, and America that are probably better suited for you.
yeah. Right, so let's
Yeah.
talk about the trailers.
Yes, most
So there
definitely,
was-
because there's some good ones,
So there was Godzilla,
There was
which is
Shazam.
the one that got me most
Aquaman.
excited.
the new
Titans,
Aquaman.
Aquaman,
That looks amazing, that Aquaman.
Arrow, and the Flash.
and Shazam!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Uh,
look at Shazam.
they did a trailer for Spider-Man PS4, I think, but I can't
They
remember.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go through them. Godzilla.
Godzilla
Well,
first,
that's-
the
I miss-
one that's excited us all.
I
Wow.
missed the Comic Con trailers and stuff. The only
Well,
one I
you haven't-
saw was Shazam, Aquaman.
Did you see Godzilla?
and I think I saw a tiny bit of the Godzilla, but
Right, now let's talk about
obviously-
Godzilla.
I saw Godzilla on
But
YouTube.
obviously, I've been busy the past few days, so
Yeah, shut
you
up.
know.
So, so Godzilla looks cool. The effects,
It looks freaking awesome.
the effects are a bit, well, they're not quite finished, are they? everything's in smoke. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
maybe they've sort of done it to sort of like
Be
not make it
mysterious.
too obvious or
Yeah,
make
but
it sort of
sometimes
like apocalyptic.
I know, but sometimes films do that because it's a cheaper way of not having to spend so much money on good
Yeah.
CGI to
To-
make
to
it
be
look
fair,
realistic
what I
and
like
have it in
about-
every shot.
What I do like about the Godzilla trailer is it doesn't ruin the entire film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just shows you clips of the monsters.
Where
doesn't
some
it?
films do.
Like, for example,
League.
Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom spoils the entire fucking film.
You mean
Amazing
Jurassic
Spider-
World?
Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. Spoiled
Yeah.
the full film. Batman vs
Superman
Superman.
versus yeah.
You also did it
Spoiled the
on
full
for
film.
Minions as well, because
Nobody
it showed the
cares.
best bits.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about those yellow goggled bastards, right? No one gives
Right.
a fuck.
So another one. What I liked about Godzilla, the first one, is how they made the monster feel huge. Like the
Yeah.
camera, there were always low camera angles, and if they were far away, it was always next to a building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they weren't afraid. They were happy with the CGI. They weren't afraid to use shots in the daytime. Like you saw the monsters in daylight. I hope
Yeah.
they do that this time around because fights in daytime are loads better than fights in night because you can see
Yeah,
what's going on.
fights in nighttime, I always feel, when it comes to films like this, is just a kick in the nuts. It's like what you couldn't be
It's
bothered
just
to
a
pay.
budget cut in it.
Yeah.
It's a massive budget cut and a kick in the nuts to all fans.
It's like they've transferred to EDF Energy and they can't afford the payment bill, so they've have to like cut down. That's what it feels like.
So don't really know what's going on in that film. I think there's some sort of apocalypse coming, and they need to awaken the monsters. And
Or Titans, as they call them in the film.
yeah,
They've got some good actors in it though.
yeah, they got that
Yeah,
last
you've
from
got
Stranger
seven.
Things.
Yeah,
Well,
7
yeah.
from
11.
Stranger Things.
What's she called? Is it
11 even.
oh, I can't-
11, sorry.
11.
No, I know her name's like, is it Lily Harper Brown or something? Or something
know.
along the lines of that. I think I follow that show on
Well, they're
Instagram.
meant to be setting up, aren't they meant to be setting up for the Godzilla versus King Kong?
Yeah, so we all know Godzilla's
that's-
not gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and they're bringing a King Kong film out next year.
They've
as
got
well.
they've got Charles Dance in a movie because there's a
They have,
quote he
yeah.
makes in the movie. He goes on a trailer where it's like, "Hail the King."
And obviously, that's Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the king.
yeah.
And you've got Mothra in it. You've got
Yeah.
King. Oh, let's see if I can pronounce this. It bugs us. King Ghidorah. There we go. Which is the three-headed one. And then you've got Gamera. And I quite like Gamera. He's the turtle. Now, obviously, Godzilla's been running since, I want to say the first film was like 50s. But I
Yeah,
love
Agent.
I love the old Godzilla films from the 60s, 70s onwards. They're
Is
brilliant.
that the
Simon,
Japanese ones? I've seen
I know
Japanese
you're
Yeah.
gonna say it. I know you're gonna say it. But the one starring,
Don't even mention it, please. Don't
the
spoil
one
it.
the
Don't
one
mention
starring
the one.
Inspector Gadget, right? Is
Oh, it's
absolute
shit.
shit.
Let's
What?
not mention that. Let's not mention that Godzilla, please. It's banned.
I rewatched
Which
it.
one? Is
that the one
It is
where-
awful.
Whereas like
It's not a
that,
Godzilla.
you have to get like that massive pile of fish.
That's a lot of
Yes.
fish.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's not a Godzilla movie. It is rubbish.
It's just a
It doesn't-
dinosaur film, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't even exist in the Godzilla universe.
As a
They've
kid-
wiped it out.
As a kid, I liked
As a
it.
kid, as a kid, I was terrified.
Oh,
As
by
a
the way,
kid-
I remember
Right, as a
the
kid,
merchandise
I always,
really-
as a kid, I always turned it off when they got in the elevator and went up. Before it opened, I always turned it off for that bit.
How is that scary?
Why? That's
Because the
scary.
eggs were about a hatch.
you're scared of lifts.
Alright, I'm scared of lifts right now, I get it.
It's a bit claustrophobic.
I used to
can't
have, I used to have a toy, right? A Godzilla toy. It's about the size of my computer.
Oh, was like a hand puppet
huge.
thing.
No, it was a big, solid plastic toy. Its mouth opened and it went, and you could put action figures down its throat, and then
And it would poop them out.
there's a bit of section on his back. You could take a section off his back and take him out. It was really cool. I used to play that all the time. But did you know? Did you know the people over in Japan bought the rights of this Godzilla, right? That they made. They put it in a Godzilla film fighting a proper Godzilla, and they killed it off. So the cast is
Charles Dance.
Millie Bobby Brown,
That's it, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Bradley
That's the one.
Whitford. Yeah, he doesn't look familiar. Vera Farmiga.
Vera Farmiga.
She looks familiar. Sally Hawkins. Kyle Chandler. He's in
Yeah,
the
know
King
him.
Kong film, and he gets.
He is, yeah.
He's the movie star in that.
Who,
isn't he?
Chandler?
Charles Dance. He looks familiar. Who are you?
He's
He's in Game of Thrones. He's
Oh.
Tywin Lannister. Great actor.
Zooey
Yeah, very good.
Zhang. O'Shea Jackson Jr. Thomas Middleditch. Zen Watanabe.
I think we're getting down to
Ken
the
Watanabe.
lower cast levels now.
No, Ken Watanabe. That's Let Them Fight.
Ah, yeah.
I think. Yeah, it is.
No, you've always got to give shout outs to young actors because they're just starting their careers.
Aisha Hinds. No, Ken Watanabe. He's fucking.
He's been around.
1959 he was born.
That's what
He was in- He
Uh,
was in The Last Samurai. He was in Inception.
so Elizabeth
Oh,
that's all right.
Olsen.
Oh, I love that film.
Elizabeth
And
And he's in
Olsen.
the last. He was in the last
It's
Godzilla movie
not-
as the same character.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Let Them Fight.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson are not returning. But he's only a mediocre actor, and she looks weird, in my opinion. Moving on. What do you want to talk about next?
Let's do Aquaman, because that was probably the next biggest trailer out, I would probably say.
Aquaman.
Yes.
Aquaman.
Jason
not-
Momoa.
Aquaman.
I'm not really sure about Aquaman, if I'm honest.
Jason
I think
Momoa
it's
is
brilliant.
Aquaman.
I've talked to my friend about Aquaman, and it seems like it's the same plot for every superhero movie going. Like you've got Thor, where it's like him, like Thor versus Loki. It just seems like a typical superhero movie where it's like
Brother
Yeah, but
versus
my
brother.
stepbrother's
Or
evil,
brother
I have
versus
to defeat my
friend.
stepbrother, and there's a CGI
but
arm at the end.
Tom, you
That's what it
can't
seems like.
have a superhero movie without a supervillain. I mean,
Yeah, but why
Yeah, but
make
like-
it like Step Brothers and that? Or why not make
Yeah.
it
Like making a-
different
What other
race or
film
something?
bank
other than
robbery movie.
Thor?
without the police.
Yeah, but why make
I know,
it? Why use the same premises as Thor? Why do it as his brother
Yeah.
and his stepbrother? Something that's already been
Right.
used.
So,
Something that's been used by Marvel
Aquaman.
for the last so many years.
Aquaman. His brother is Ocean Master, one of the bigger. He's basically Loki of Aquaman. He's Aquaman's Joker. He's the bad guy.
Who is
He
is
is
played by Patrick Wilson.
yeah,
Yeah,
main
they-
actor.
they could have
He's in
made it
all
so it's like
sorts. No, you can't. You
the
can't
Ocean
change the
World
origin of a
versus-
character, otherwise everyone
I know,
would
but
kick off.
Ooh,
they could have done like where it's like
Amber Heard's in
Ocean
it.
versus Earth or something. Well, like in Pokemon, where it's like Team Magma versus Team Aqua. You know what I mean?
There's a big difference between Pokemon and Aquaman.
I'm just
I
saying,
don't
like
know.
it's a
The
it's a better
story-
storyline.
The story of
Great
Aquaman.
White, I choose you.
The story of Aquaman is in this film. It's basically the New 52 universe. Aquaman learns that he is the heir to the underwater kingdom of Atlantis and must step forward to lead his people and be the hero to the world. He's basically needs to fight Ocean Master to stop him from destroying land. Loki wanted to be king. Ocean Master is king and is going to destroy the world by
Yeah.
uniting
fair,
the seven
out-
seas.
And
Out of all
Dolph
the Justice
Lundgren's
League-
in it.
Who?
Out of all
well.
the Justice League characters, I would say my two favourites are probably Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Batman.
And Batman. But like Ben
Batman
Affleck's
obviously put-
Batman's shit.
I've got.
Batman's
I'll tell you
been done
what.
to death. And
I'll tell
Wonder
you what I
Woman
was
was brilliant.
disappointed in. After the Dark Knight Rises, when they put in a teaser for Robin's film, I was a bit
Nobody
disappointed
wants a
that they
Robin
didn't
film.
go through with it.
I'm
They
glad they
should've done.
didn't. No,
No, they
so
should-
glad
they
they
should've.
We've
didn't.
gone off topic again. We're talking about Aquaman, not fucking Batman.
Yeah, but this is all
Right,
point
the
conversation.
actors
It
and
leads to other
actresses
conversation.
in this film. We've got Jason Momoa as Aquaman, Amber Heard as
Obviously.
Mera, Aquaman's bitch.
Yep. She is
Dolph
fit like.
Lundgren as King Nerys, never heard of him.
There is.
Nicole
Dolph
Kidman.
Lundgren. He's in.
I know, no, I've heard of him.
Kingdoms.
I mean the
Expendables.
character. I've not heard of the character. And when you talk about Dolph Lundgren, right, you don't say, "Oh, he's in Expendables." You say he's in Rocky 4, not
Yeah.
the fucking Expendables. That's shit. And Nicole
I don't think
Kidman.
I haven't seen Rocky 4.
Well,
Oh
you
my
haven't
God.
lived, mate. I can't. How
Mate,
have you
Rocky's
not
like-
seen Rocky 4, man?
I
What
know.
the fuck?
I don't think I've seen the Rocky movies properly.
So you haven't heard his famous quote where it's like,
Oh, I've heard that. Everyone's.
You know,
heard that. Just haven't seen I've heard the Rocky song as well, Eye of the Tiger. Right, back to topic.
Anyway, Patrick Wilson, he's Ocean Master. He's mint. He's in a lot of films like this director does. He's in
Yeah.
Conjuring. He's in Insidious. Really good
Yeah,
actor.
he's good in The Conjuring. Yeah, really like him.
Ranful Park is Dr. Stephen Shin. Never heard of him. The
Yeah.
character or the actor. Willem Dafoe.
Who
Yes.
is
He
now
played-
actually
He played the
swapping from
Goblin,
Marvel to DC. Yeah, exactly. So he's gone from Marvel to
Willem
DC.
Dafoe.
and he also played the guy in John Wick who got
Who
killed.
gets killed? Yeah.
Yeah, but more interesting, Marvel to DC. So he's swapped allegiances.
He's a guy whose name you've probably never heard of, but you'll know who he
Graham
is when I
McTavish.
tell him.
You should.
Listen to this. Right, you won't have heard of him, but he's in all sorts. Temerua Morrison.
Oh yeah, he
I
was
mean,
in
you've jumped
Star
the gun a
Wars.
bit.
Huh?
He was in Green Lantern.
You've jumped the gun a bit. He was also in Fast and Furious 7.
Who?
yeah, but Fast and Furious is shit.
Shut up. It was
Hey!
Tamura
Hey!
Paul Walker's
Morrison.
last movie.
I don't
What?
care.
Patrick Wilson's in
No, Tamura
one of the-
Morrison.
Willem Dafoe.
No, the Digimon.
No,
Uh,
Tamura Morrison one about Simon.
Yeah, who the fuck are you
right.
talking about? Digimon?
Yeah, Simon,
Well,
you've got.
well, you've jumped the gun on IMBD here.
Yeah, I'm
You've
going to the
missed out
people.
Grim.
Who the
Graham
fuck is Graham
McTavish.
McTavish? He doesn't even tell you who he's playing.
Yeah,
Right,
so you skip him.
you shouldn't be looking at this. I'm supposed to be looking at the characters. Stop it.
Well,
Right,
I'm following the
Temuera Morrison. Who does he play? Other than he's Thomas Curry in
Curry.
this, but who else does he
Yeah.
play?
He's been in Star Wars. He's Django Fett.
Oh,
Django
Yeah.
Fett. He's the Clone Troopers. Mate,
Yeah.
do you know who else he is? He's Moana. He's Moana's dad.
He's Moana. Yeah.
He's Moana's dad.
And
and
he's
we've
Green
got to the
Lantern
people
as
now that
well.
are like Fisherman Queen, Atlantean. Anyway,
he's not Green Lantern.
the cast is so much better than the Godzilla cast as far as
Yeah.
big names go.
Oh, but that's because it is part of the DC universe, so they do pull like big names want to be attached to these films. Anything DC Marvel do will usually pull at least 5 big names to them.
Yeah. Next one. Well, what film should we talk about next? Shazam.
Shazam.
Oh man.
I'm not going to mention much on Shazam because I'm not taken by it. But Fish sounds like he's really excited about it. So
Shazam.
take it away, Fish.
Is the power I want.
Really?
I want to be able to stand there and go Shazam, and just get struck by lightning and turn into like some fucking cool guy. So, shh, you, quiet. Shazam is played by Zachary Levi.
Levi, yeah.
Any idea who else he plays in other films? Anyone?
He's also in.
Shut! Don't you be IMDb in it? I'll knock you out.
Oh. Isn't
He's
he
in-
in
Go on. Go on.
like one of the ex girl? Oh my god.
If you say some fucking
Oh.
shitty rom-com, I'm gonna.
He's in he's in Hot Rod by any chance?
He is. He's Chuck. In Chuck.
He is also.
Flynn Rider in Tangled.
Yep. And he's also in Thor as well as Fandral.
Yeah, he's that. He's the blonde one in Thor 2
I
and
wonder
Thor.
if Simon had to IMDb that.
Yeah, he definitely did.
He's
Because
what in 4-2?
Fandral
Fandral.
is the
Which one's
blonde one out of the
Fandral?
Warriors 3.
Oh, the one with the rapier.
Yeah, and he's Luke Collins in Heroes Reborn. That was a good
Ooh.
series. That.
Didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Anyway, moving on to other actors and stuff in this film. I have gone way too far back here. Hang on, here we are. Mark Strong. What a
What
guy!
a name that is. What a name. Who are
What
you?
a g-
I'm
what a
strong.
g- what a guy.
Mark
He
Strong.
sounds like a guy who should be doing advertisements for like duct tape or something. Like, I'm Mark Strong, and this is like power tape. Oh my god, you can
Mark
like glue your
Strong.
face to your face.
He's a great actor. Great. He's in
He
both
he was
Kingsman
also in
films.
Kingsman.
He's in Kick-Ass 1. He's
He's a good bad guy as well.
He is. He's British, that's why. He's
Well,
in
yeah, all
Grimsby. He's
He's bad guy.
Yeah, he plays Grimsey's brother. And he puts a rocket up his ass.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he's pretty funny. Actually.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
from John
That's just
Carter.
weird that you.
He's Sinestro in the Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about that.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is-
with
that is
Ryan
not
Reynolds.
a movie. No, it's not a movie.
It's alright, that movie.
No,
Don't you
mate.
fucking dare.
It's from the man that just said that Godzilla movie from the 90s was good. So yeah, it doesn't count, Simon.
Mate, just,
I didn't say that movie was good.
mate, I'm Deadpool, right? You don't speak about Green Lantern.
Right,
I
Right,
needed some
sir.
money, and that was
So,
the
yeah.
way to get some money.
so he's good at playing comic book characters anyway. And
Yeah.
Jack
he's
Dylan
pretty good, man.
Grazer, he is the already adopted foster child. Digimon Hoso is the wizard.
Hussein. He
He's-
seems to be.
he's
Yeah,
in,
Digimon seems to
Aquaman as
appear
well.
in a lot of DC films.
He's in
To be
Aquaman.
fair, he's done a lot. And
He's in
obviously,
Guardians
his
of the
first film
Galaxy.
everyone knows because he was in Gladiator with
Was he?
Russell Crowe. That was his first film. From there, he took off big style. He started doing stuff like
What
Have
you
character
ever
was he?
seen- in Gladiator.
Yeah.
He was the one
I
that buried the
haven't
little
seen
thingy at the
yours.
end.
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the one that
black guy.
buried his little thing at the end. And he's
Oh,
in
is it
the
like-
island
Is he
with Ewan
Oh, little
McGregor.
statues of his
That's
kids.
rubbish.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually a pretty good actor. Actually, to be fair.
Yeah, he's in
If you
Guardians
look
of
up,
the
he's
Galaxy.
done loads. He is
He
indeed,
plays.
yeah.
He's one of those actors where he can sort of portray emotions pretty well.
He's a really good supporting actor. He's really good at that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He sort of builds
He's,
up other
yeah.
things.
Oh,
Uh,
out! Shit!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, it's gone. Thomas, it's gone.
Oh, fucking
Stay
hell.
still.
Abandoned ship.
Stay still.
What's gone?
A
What's
hopper.
gone?
A hopper. A hopper from a Gecko thing.
Turn your mic off and we'll talk about the next film.
Alright, no problem.
But Shazam looks pretty cool. Anyway.
Now, there's a film. I forgot I was meant to mention this before we started. Now, it did drop at Comic-Con. And I'll tell you what, it's as dark as anything. And it looks freaking brilliant. Titans.
I don't know. I saw that trailer and it was like obviously for Robin. It started off with Robin.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't think much of it.
No.
Yeah, but it's dark. Robin kills people.
No. It
Why
is
not? Do you not like it?
absolutely shit.
I didn't think.
I don't know.
think
The
anything.
trailer,
Mate, no.
depending on who's in it.
No. It looks bad. The CGI is bad. The acting is cringy as fuck. And why does Robin kill people? It's not even. It's Dick Grayson. It's not Todd. Not Jason Todd, or is it the other way around? It's not the one that gets killed by the Joker. It's the one that turns into Nightwing. It's the good one.
That's what I think. That's
Why
what I
s-
think they're doing.
why?
I think
No.
they're actually doing the transformation from Robin to Nightwing.
No,
But
but
it says
yeah,
a
but
team of
Nightwing-
young superheroes
Nightwing
led
doesn't
by
kill
Nightwing,
people. Yeah,
formerly
Nightwing.
Batman's first Robin.
Nightwing doesn't kill people.
No, I
Neither
think
does
what they're
Robin.
trying to do. Thing is,
It
DC
looks
are always
awful.
DC. I know, but DC
Doing it
are always
all
playing
wrong.
catch up.
You've done it all
DC
wrong.
DC always play catch up because Logan did so well,
It's Dick
and it was such
Grayson
a
as well.
such a dark film.
It's all CGI
That
blood as well.
obviously-
It looks minging. It looks rubbish.
And the
They've
guy
jumped on
that
the back.
plays.
They've jumped on the bandwagon of Marvel.
They haven't.
Because Logan did so well with it being so
No.
dark.
But no, but
And
this isn't a film. This is a TV show.
Yeah.
And before Logan, before Agents of Shield, before everything dark on Marvel, there was Arrow. And Arrow was great. They didn't need, and they've done this, and not right off the bat after fucking Batman up as well. They've gone and I love the Teen Titans cartoon show.
Arrow's brilliant. I just need to catch up on it.
See,
I
the
love
one
the Teen
thing
Titans show.
it seems weird.
wrong.
Marvel have always been the best at making the films. DC suck. DC's TV shows I generally prefer over Marvel's, apart from Punisher and Daredevil. They're the only two Marvel ones that I really will
Daredevil
watch.
is a brilliant show. Like
It is.
But
But
DC
this
seem to
Titans
have the TV shows.
looks absolute garbage.
I mean, Arrow,
garbage.
Flash, Supergirl, DC
Mint,
seem to...
all of them.
Flash
mint.
was good.
I just don't get how DC can make such a good TV series with those three and then not be able to transfer it to the big screen.
I don't know, but the Titans looks absolutely.
Well, the guy who plays
disgusting.
Robin on the Titans also plays Henry Turner in the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's
Oh, that was shit as well.
Salazar's Revenge.
That was... Why are you just mentioning shit films tonight, Simon? We've had Green, we've had Green Lantern, we've had that Godzilla that should never be mentioned, and now you're talking about the last Pirates. The last three were shit.
Ever since
He's
the
also
second
in
one.
Gods of Egypt as well.
Apparently, that's not that great either. So he's a good actor then, yeah.
Oh, God, the Egypt is absolutely appalling. That's absolutely shite.
So yeah, we're
else
gonna
is
stop
in
talking
that?
about Titans before I throw up.
Yeah.
There's a scene. There's a scene in the trailer, right, where a woman in white, a character I'm not familiar with, jumps through two people, like in between two people, and slaps them both, right, just with her hands to push them out of the way. That's what it looks like, and a guy's face explodes into blood. What?
Lovely.
That
just
is.
shit.
It just looks awful. And then he's like, "Fuck Batman." Like, you're not cool, mate. You're supposed to be a teenager who is a bit angsty, yeah. Robin's always been dark in Teen Titans, but
Yeah.
he never kills people. Why do they feel like they have to recreate main aspects of the characters all the time?
Yeah, because to be true,
Superman
Batman
doesn't
that kills people.
Superman doesn't smile. Batman started killing people, and now Robin kills people. Why? Do it right. Marvel hasn't changed any of their characters. They've kept them comic book accurate, and there you go. They've got 12 mint films. Well, apart from Thor 2. And yeah. Anyway, has anybody seen Unbreakable?
Oh, God, yes. Love that film.
Has anybody seen Split?
Damn right I have.
Who's hyped for Glass?
Very much so. But you can't watch Glass without watching the other two. You have to watch in order: Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. And
This is
Glass
second on my
looks
list.
freaking awesome.
This is second.
What
on my
are they
list.
about like?
It's hard to...
Basically, Unbreakable is about a guy that survives a train crash. The only survivor of this train crash, and Samuel L. Jackson plays this other guy, who is he's got glass bone syndrome or something, like something stupid where his
like
bones
if he falls
break
down the
really
stairs,
easily.
Yeah, very, very brittle bones.
Right, and he thinks, oh, there must be an opposite to me, and there is. It's Bruce Willis, who plays David Dunn, and he is basically the opposite. So his only weakness is water. He's not the smartest guy in the world. He's an average guy. Whereas
like
Samuel
security
Jackson's
genius.
super smart. He's super
Yeah,
strong,
because
and
he's
Samuel
done lots of
Jackson
different
isn't.
crashes.
Yeah, and
Because it isn't just that one train crash, because he's done loads of crashes, staging and trying to
And
find the opposite to himself.
the first time you watch it, you'll think, oh, it's just an action film. But if you watch it over and over again, you'll start to notice it's actually a superhero comic book film.
Yeah. Well, because he clicked on that after a while, because obviously he mentions the fact that his mum wouldn't let him out, so he started collecting comic books, and then he saw himself, because he says to Bruce Willis at one point, he goes, well, I'm the supervillain, you are, do you know what I mean? We need each other.
Yeah.
One can't survive without the other.
Split is James McAvoy,
Yeah,
right?
I
Plays
like him, he's
Kevin
really good.
Wendell Crumb. He's got 20 odd different personalities. he blows the part out of the fucking park.
He's absolutely. He's such a good actor, James
Absolutely
McAvoy.
great. And each personality is obviously completely different. There's a 9-year-old kid, there's a woman, there's a mental bloke, and then there's the Beast, which is like this
Yeah, the Beast
unheard
is the
of
best.
thing. And he comes out at the end, and he's like immune to shotgun blasts. Like he takes 2 to the chest like nothing. And he can bend bars, and he's pretty freaky actually. And at the end, they're sat in a cafe. You see a cafe. There's people sat in a cafe, and the news is on about what's happened in the film. And then you see Bruce Willis. They're like, have you ever seen anybody like that before? He's like, yeah, just once, or something like that, and gets up and walks away, and you're like,
and obviously Glass is the follow-on from that.
Yeah.
But you really need to watch them, Simon. You'll probably enjoy them, but make sure you watch Unbreakable first, then Split, and it'll get you ready in time.
Unbreakable and Split are on Sky Cinema.
There you go.
Is it on Now TV by any chance?
Yeah, Now TV movies. Yeah, Sky Cinema. What else was there?
I'll watch it then.
What else was dropped? Another Halloween trailer.
I went first time. They're showing some Venom footage. Apparently bites people's heads off, but it hasn't been released to the public.
I love Venom. He's up there with. He's definitely in the top 7 Marvel characters that I like. Comic books I love.
Yeah,
I don't know about the film. I don't know, because sometimes what's good in a comic doesn't transfer to the big screen.
No, with this one though, what I don't like is obviously because it's the Sony universe. Like with Venom, it's different. It's not part of the MCU, so Spider-Man's not in it.
Yeah.
So his origin story is not connected to Spider-Man. How do you do that?
Exactly,
That's Venom. He's supposed to be like the opposite to Spider-Man, isn't he? But oh well. Yeah. I think that's it, isn't it?
Well, the new Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah. That looks quite good.
That looks mint.
Dead silence.
No, it does. I'm gonna go see it, but I need to.
The Meg as well.
Meh.
That film I would definitely want to see, but it sort of reminds me of Jaws and Deep Blue Sea.
Why could it possibly remind you of them?
So, moving on to, I've got some gaming stuff now. 24th of July, which was 2 days ago from today, Bethesda tweeted about QuakeCon. They said they're going to show some Doom Eternal gameplay and some Fallout 76 stuff. Well, the tweet reads, 16 days until #QuakeCon 2018. We're pleased to reveal some of the major activities planned for our games, including the highly anticipated gameplay reveal of Doom Eternal and a deeper dive into Fallout 76 featuring Tom Howard and co from Bethesda Studios. And I can't wait to see Fallout 76.
I like we've talked about this before when you talked about it. And I do like the premises that if you're under level 5, you're not going to get wiped out constantly because the people can't kill you. So it actually gives you time to build your character and get into the game and enjoy the game rather than just like...
I am looking forward to it. The beta...
Right, I'm never going to pick it up again.
The beta comes out in October. It comes out on Xbox One first, so...
Oh, Simon, you get to have a little go on it first.
You need to pre-order
what game is this?
Fallout 76. You need to pre-order the game first.
I might go for the beta to see what it's like.
You need to pre-order it.
Guarantee I won't like it.
You need to pre-order it.
Oh fuck that! I'm not pre-ordering it.
Other news. August games with gold for next month on Xbox. You're gonna like this, Simon. On Xbox 360, Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two.
Yay!
Yeah. Dead Space 3, I think. Dead Space 1 and 2 are awesome. Dead Space 3 isn't that great. On Xbox One, you've got Death Squared, I think.
What's that?
Dunno. For Honor.
Oh, For Honor. That's quite cool.
yeah.
Is that a free
And
one?
That's a free one.
For
yeah.
Honor. What's
For
For
Honor,
Honor?
Where you can be
Knight.
the Viking, the Samurai, or the Paladin.
It's a really complicated combat game, swords and shields.
But
And Forza
it's very
Horizon
good.
2.
I'll try a bit, but I need to get a new portable hard drive so I can, well, have more memory.
Yeah. Oh, Tom's
I'm
back.
back.
But I found one for like 75 quid.
Yeah. For Honor,
How long?
Forza Horizon 2 as well. It's free.
What's Xbox For Honor?
I might get that.
Gold.
Yeah.
Xbox Gold. For Honor's for
Yeah.
free. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I know. So have you got any news what PlayStation's dropping, even though they usually leave it till like the day before?
No, I haven't
Bugs
got
the
it.
shit out of us. Yeah,
The only thing I
'cause-
can think of for PlayStation
I'll
is
be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
yeah, because
is Creed really.
PlayStation never announce like Xbox do so far in advance. It's like the day before. Oh, by the way, your free games for August are.
Yeah, because they leave it to hype, don't they? So as soon as they release it, it's like, oh shit, this is good.
But if they did it like Xbox and the hyped what was coming about a week before, people whose subscriptions are run out or people that haven't got them would be more tempted to get the subscription first, knowing that game's due to drop.
Yep.
Very true.
And that's it. That's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, apart from a tiny little thing that happened yesterday, which was the big update for No Man's Sky,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which-
That was day before
Now with
yesterday.
it now.
which is very good that it's happened because it's like 2 years later and we've finally got the game that we were all promised 2 years ago when the game actually came out.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I hadn't
And I
traded
know-
it in.
And I know, Fish, you've already been on it with Jay, so what was it like?
It's good. It feels completely different when you're there with somebody else. It's just funner. Space battles with two of you is great.
What, you can actually see other people?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do multiplayer,
God.
different game modes.
I don't want to
But
go
you do-
too much into it because obviously you've
I
got a
might
video
get it.
coming out on it soon.
I might have to get it
£10
now.
£10 second hand from game. It's £15 on PSN at the
Yeah.
moment. It's on offer, special.
So you're better off getting it on PSN, save petrol
yeah.
money through the borough
Yeah.
What petrol money?
or bus fares.
But yeah, basically, you can see people. You can drive vehicles on land. You can go third person in vehicles and out of vehicles, and you can build bases.
Mm.
And it looks, it's really cool. The graphics have improved slightly. The rendering of the
15
So
planets.
guys,
Yeah.
if you want to know more about this, just keep an eye out on the channel, because like Fish said, he has been playing it and he will be dropping some videos. So
I've got a
If
video
you're
on it.
still
coming
into-
soon, yeah.
there we go. So if you're still in two minds about whether to get it back again, if you've traded it in, or if you're still in two minds about whether to go back on it, just keep an eye out for Fish dropping the video, and you'll get to see firsthand what it's actually like, and it might put that spark back in you for the game.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, seems like I get paid tomorrow. I'll wait until tomorrow and I will get it tomorrow.
Well, let's say
Seems like
it's £15 on PSN.
Yeah.
15
So-
pounds not much to be fair.
Anyway,
La
yeah, you should get it.
da.
You should get it, Tom. I think you'll like it.
I might get it. I don't know. I might.
But
get it.
anyway,
Tom, get it and then we can all play.
that's it. That's everything.
No, it's not.
What?
Mate, Overwatch news.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go on. Then.
And my news as well.
Oh, yeah. More editing for
DMC?
me.
DMC5.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh,
Right, who's going?
Overwatch.
Oh,
Go on then,
Tom's
Tom.
going.
Overwatch,
go
right?
on, Tom.
Obviously, there was the news about Wrecking Ball, Ham and the Hamster, who's on PC, but he's finally been released on Xbox and PS4, which is
Yay.
amazing. So he's actually really good, really
Well,
fun
no.
character.
Have you played as him yet?
Yeah, he's
And
actually
what's it
really
like?
good. Oh,
And are you
it's
gonna
brilliant.
do any videos on them so people can see what it's like?
Yeah, I might do actually. I'll try. They won't be like good, but I'll try.
Or at least
But
it's something.
he's a very fun character, and he adds a lot more to the roster and a lot more to the storyline. He's just generally like a good all-round character. The only thing I will like sort of note on is like from videos I've watched of gameplay on PC, when he uses the grappling hook on like various objects and like does like a loop-de-loop, like a wrecking ball. From testing, it's very hard to do that. So obviously it's definitely a skilled character, but all around he just gets stuck in with like the health and the shielding and everything. So he's a really good character for supporting and that. So, yeah, very happy.
And what's your news, Simon?
The new Devil May Cry was announced at one moment.
E3, wasn't it?
It was E3 press conference, and they haven't released release date yet for it, but obviously the ad in the trailer, so it looks like they're gonna put a new spin on Nero. The other games I liked, Devil May Cry 1, 2 I didn't like, but
I've never played them.
1 and 3 and
I must
4
admit,
were really good. It's you sort of play a guy who's like half devil, half human. It's really weird to describe to someone who's not played
hack
it.
and slash demon killer game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not my style. I can understand why people like them.
Well, if you haven't like looked into the storyline of sort of Dante and the Inferno, there's like basically a massive poem about it where he has to go and sort of save his wife or lover, Beatrice, from like hell.
Yeah.
And he travels through like different like layers of hell, like the purgatory and all that sort of stuff. It's basically a game based on that.
Isn't there a game called Dante's Inferno?
Looks...
Yeah, there is.
No.
It's
there is a game called.
It's not connected to Devil May Cry, but there is.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of based on the same concept. It's like sort of demon angels and like sort of like a religious sort of tweak on different things. It's a good game. Very like very combo based and that.
Very hard. It was a hard game, but it was very fun to do as well, because you sort of had to kill like these sort of clown sort of ragdoll things. And because they were being possessed by the demons and stuff, you had to kill them, and you had a sword that went through you, and you somehow survived it, and it's really weird. Like, it's one of my favourite games of all time. So I can't wait for the Devil May Cry 5. I mean, the trailer looks absolutely insane.
Sound. Right. That'll be that.
Yep.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please
another
smash the
fun
like
week.
button and subscribe. Yep, it's getting difficult to find gaming news. Usually,
because
after E3 it does start to cool down a lot.
Yeah. We do have GamerCon in a few weeks in Germany though, so obviously there'll be quite a bit from that we can touch on.
Yep.
There might be some MCM Comic Cons in London. I think there's one in October, or sort of November time.
I'm sure there was one either today or yesterday or something, because I know Natalie went down to see the Vampire Diaries or something.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, we'll see you next week, or maybe in between. Peace.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the description below.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
All
things we've already said.
If there is something we haven't mentioned, gaming wise, and you'd like us to talk about it, drop us a little message on Twitter or pop something in the link, and we'll happily chat about it. So we do feel as though we like to interact with our viewers, so feel free to drop us anything at all that you'd like to mention.
Yeah.
And be the first. If you're the first, we'll give you a big shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks very much.
So until next time.
We appreciate you for helping us. Thanks very much.
We'll send you a puppy as well.
Shut the fuck up.